Hey, Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2019. And we are still here. We are still on this journey. And I'm just going to be taking a look tonight at the energies for January 2019. Tonight, I'm bringing you a soul message from the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine to each other. So we'll be taking a look at what the divine masculine has to say to the divine feminine from a soul level, and vice versa, the divine feminine to the divine masculine from a soul level, and taking a look at the energy for January, the healing, the blockages, and how you both are viewing each other right now, starting off the new year. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the reading because I want to make it as brief as possible. And just as a sidebar, for those that are tuning in, I do not shuffle on camera. I've said this before, but I do not shuffle on camera. And it's not to be shady. It's not to manipulate the energy or the cards, as I read a lot in the comments. I simply just, my shuffling method is a little lengthy because I do not pull my cards. I only take the cards that Spirit gives to me. So sometimes it can take a second. Also, after I lay my spread out, I like to go over my reading so that I don't feel rushed. Trying to pull and then immediately start the reading afterwards. I notice when I do that personally, and this is just my personal experience. I often am, after I'm done recording, I'm continuing to get messages, and so I just really like to sit with my cards and collaborate with Spirit to bring the most accurate message. So if that bothers you, I want you to understand that, and especially for Divine Feminine, because this is mostly women, which is definitely energy that's coming up in your reading, so it's probably good that I'm saying this. I don't feel like readers who don't shuffle on camera have issues with integrity of their readings. I feel like a lot of times people have issues with trusting their intuition and trusting the intuition to know whether a message resonates with you or not, trusting your intuition to really pick up on the energy of the reader to see if that reader's really authentic. I personally, I don't understand, considering that we're making YouTube videos for a large variety of types of people, how or why it would be beneficial to a reader to come on and try to create and put together a spread that's beneficial, or makes them look good, or to tell people what they want to hear, because there's so many different types of readers, listeners in different situations. So it would be nearly impossible to come up with the perfect reading for someone. Okay, so again, if you have those issues, um, tap in with your intuition and follow your intuition. And if your intuition says the reading is not for you, it's not because the reader didn't shuffle on camera. It's because the message just isn't for you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I asked the Divine Masculine what soul message he has for the Divine Feminine, and what came out was the Angel of the Universe. And it says, you are being encouraged to expand your thinking. So Divine Masculine is really trying to encourage the Divine Feminine to, um, again, trust your intuition, because this card is heavy on the third eye energy, third eye chakra. You need to expand your thinking. I feel like Divine Masculine feels for the Divine Feminine. Okay, one, I feel like a lot of Divine Masculine blame the Divine Feminine for the union not manifesting. And I think a lot of Divine Masculine feel like it's because of the way that the Divine Feminine thinks. I also think this pertains to, in terms of manifesting goals and aspirations. The Divine Masculine wants you to expand your thinking. Um, I feel like Divine Masculine um, wants the Divine Feminine to release the self-doubt, the lack of trust in self, and rely on your intuition to guide you. Um, Turn on your GPS. Okay, and that's your intuition. Your intuition is your GPS. So it's time to expand your thinking, release the self-limiting thoughts and ideas, the negative self-talk. Trust your intuition to really help you manifest, and understand that the universe is going to um, manifest for you what it is that you're thinking and feeling. Okay, they don't just manifest what you say you want, they manifest the vibration that you're in and your feelings. So your feelings and your thoughts have so much to do with how the universe is going to help you manifest your goals, desires, dreams, the love you want, the job you want, the career you want, the money you want. So really working on managing your mind and following your intuition is what the divine masculine um, wants to tell you. For the divine feminine, the soul message you have for the divine masculine comes from the God of reflections. The qualities you see in others are simply your own reflection. So this is what I'm taking just with these two together. I feel like there's like this sort of like conflict. While the divine masculine is trying to encourage the divine feminine to expand her thinking, I feel like the divine feminine is also like saying, "Hey, everything you're saying about me is what I feel about you." And so it's two ways. So it could be that, or it could be that um, you're really trying to get the divine masculine to see that all of these things that you say are limiting me, are keeping me from manifesting this union, is also a reflection of you, because we reflect each other, we mirror each other. And I think you're really trying to get the divine masculine to understand that while you say it's my thinking, it's your thinking too. While you say I'm not tapped into my intuition, using my intuition, neither are you. And we reflect each other. So if we are going to manifest this union, we are both going to have to recognize how we're reflecting um, qualities of each other and balance those out to really work on reflecting the better qualities of each other. Okay, because divine masculine and divine feminine, though we have different situations per se, um, all of this stems around love. So for many situations it's kind of like, well, one person in the relationship is very spiritually awakened, while the other is very materialistically successful. Well, even though there's success on both sides, what each side is lacking is love, and which is why neither of you can come into full balance, where you know um, the one who has the material success also has spiritual success, and the one who has spiritual success can also balance that out with material success. So we're both in the same boat, just two different aspects, two different sides of the spectrum. And either way, though we're on two different sides of the mirror, it's still the same reflection. And the missing piece to this puzzle is both of us are needing to come into a balance of ourselves, of our spiritual and our physical manifestations and vibrations. Where the divine masculine wants the divine feminine to focus her energy for January 2019 is on intuition. So again, and which is what I was saying about that, right? Intuition is heavy. I feel like because there's okay, so divine feminine, have probably been on some emotional detachment type stuff. Like I'm emotionally detaching from this twin flame journey. I'm emotionally detaching from my um, twin flame himself, and just anything that kind of revolves around love in general. And what's happening is when you turn off your feelings, you're turning off the GPS. So even though you're protecting yourself by turning off those emotions, you've turned off your GPS and you're a little lost on the path. So, in today's culture, we often use the phrase, get out your feelings. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I heard a loud boom in the back with my kids, and they're just coming off Christmas break. And with kids, it takes a minute to, they've been staying up late, so getting them down has been a little bit of a drag. But I'm sorry, I'm back. Okay, so I was saying that, in today's culture, we have this phrase where people like to say, get out your feelings. But, all of that getting out your feelings is why people are so lost in today's society, because they are not emotionally attached to themselves. So they feel like, in the process of them trying to emotionally detach from people, they're turning off their emotional radars, period, to the point where they don't even have any emotional attachment to themselves. Now they're lost. Our feelings are our GPS. Our feelings are our intuition. So when you're sad, that's your intuition. That is your higher self telling you that someone hurt you. When um when you feel scared, that's your GPS telling you that you're in an environment that's not safe and you need to get up out of there. Um, when you're feeling angry, that means that your GPS is telling you that something in your environment around you is doing you wrong or has caused you frustration and you need to check it. So our feelings are our GPS. So what I'm saying with all that is it's time to get back in your motherfucking feelings. Like, um, and I'm talking to myself as I say this. Like, it's time to get back in your feelings. The emotional detachment that you're trying to have as it pertains to this twin flame journey is making you detach from yourself. It's making you not trust yourself. Now when you're getting these feelings, you're like doubting yourself. It creates too much and it's turned off your GPS signal, and you're kind of just wandering, wasting gas, wasting time, wasting energy, and not getting the correct guidance from your higher self. So you really need to focus in January on stepping back into the emotional game of life, period. Not just the twin flame journey, but of you. Like, you need to tap back into you and get that emotional. This is sacral chakra energy, and this is where our emotions are. So turning off your emotional radar is also going to steer you in the wrong direction with manifesting even a healthy relationship, a healthy partner. Because remember, you attract what it is that you're feeling and thinking. So if you're emotionally detached, remember that your twin flame is also going to reflect that. And even if you're not attracting your twin flame, you're going to attract someone who is emotionally void and detached as well. So get back in your feelings and get back into the game of emotion, and understand that you need those emotions to really gauge and guide you. Okay, when you're feeling happy, that means you need to keep going in that direction. Okay, your feelings are like road signs. Okay, exit, telling you when to exit, telling you how many more miles you need to go, the next city you're in. You need those signs to help keep you on the right path. Okay, so when you start to feel happy, remember that means you need to keep going with that. When you start to feel sad, you need to do a little less. Okay, so get back in your feelings and stop following the trends of today's society, who are, you know, uh, void of any form of emotion and connectedness to themselves. Okay. Um, where the divine feminine wants divine masculine to focus its energies in environment. So I feel like divine feminine, you are really wanting to the divine masculine to focus on who he engages with, who he's around, the things that he's doing, his overall environment. Okay, removing himself from people that he really does not love, because this is heart chakra energy. Removing people from the environment that that where the love is not real, and anyone or anything that's taking him off the path of ascension and taking him off the path of the twin flame journey, because it's also contributing to, the inability to come into union. So divine masculine, you really need to take heed, because again, if you're asking divine feminine to step into her intuition, that means that you need to take heed when she says, hey, this is the wrong thing to do, this is the wrong person, I don't get a good vibe about this person, what you're doing isn't right. You need to listen, because they're really trying to help keep you on the right path. Okay. All right, so the healing insight message for the divine feminine for January comes from the Ananda light, and it's a cosmic consciousness crystal. So pretty. I don't know why this crystal just stands out to me. Um, but it says you have the potential to live in a completely different dimension of consciousness. Recognize that you previously operated within a narrow band of awareness. Attune to flashes of divine light within your soul. Let feelings of separation fall away and embrace unity. So this is saying, it's really confirming exactly what I've been saying. Letting that feelings of separation, emotional detachment, that's all that is. Letting that go. Get back in your feelings and embrace the idea of unity. Embrace the idea of love. Embrace the idea of a partnership, okay? And understand that it's the self-limiting beliefs. It is the inability to really manage your mind so that you can manifest everything that you're desiring. So really working on your mindset. And a lot of that is because of this mindset issue, is because you're just not in your feelings. And you need to get back in them. It's time to transform your goals and seek new direction. So I feel like, just aside from the whole twin flame thing, I feel like a lot of divine feminine are just lost on their path. Like, what am I here for? What is my purpose? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Where am I supposed to be going? And so you're in that state of confusion because you're not following your intuition, because you cut your GPS off. So cut your GPS back on and you can get back on the right road. All right. The old is falling away, and just it's time to transform your awareness. All right. The healing insight message for the divine masculine comes from the Rainbow Mayanite, and it's the Rainbow Bridge. Hope you can see that, because it seems like it's blurry, but it's the Rainbow Bridge crystal, and this crystal is asking the divine masculine to let things go. Letting go attunes you to the realm of infinite possibilities. So it's time to, again, if, like I said, this reflection, if divine feminine are telling divine masculine, well, if I'm limiting myself based on my mind, so are you. We're a reflection. So it's time for you to let go of things that are blocking you from embracing all of the infinite possibilities that are seeking you, through this union in life, um, the infinite possibilities that become available to you once you do the proper ascension and get yourself on a higher vibration. Recognize your soul is maneuvering you onto your true pathway. So again, because you're sticking to these environments that really are keeping you off your path, you're not open to the opportunities that your soul is trying to push you to. Okay. um Apparently, detrimental situations offer soul gifts. Re examine projects and let go of those that are not for your highest good or that of others. You see things from both sides. Always speak true no matter what the cost. You have natural healing ability. Focus it wisely. All right, so just like the divine masculine wants you to step into your intuition, probably because they want you to guide them and help them and do all that, they have the ability to do the same for you, but they can't do it because these environments and the things that they're doing in this environment is taking them off their soul pathway, taking them off that ability to give you exactly what they want you to give them. So you need to let go and get your mind right too, get your vibe right too. Find, when you get your vibration right, you're going to automatically be able to let go of these people that are detrimental to, your higher consciousness. And you're going to automatically attract those that are beneficial to your new path. You won't have to really go out of your way to do that. All right, so blockages that divine feminine need to release um, for January or just in general. I don't even want to put a time on this because I feel like this isn't something that you block in just 1 month. So we got the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So what I'm feeling like is what's blocking divine feminine is emotional detachment. It's just all up and through this reading. What's blocking you is emotional detachment, and you need to release this emotional detachment to in order to create a new emotional commitment experience, to attract the love that you want, to attract the emotional stability you want, to attract that abundance of love and things in your life. But you can't because you're I feel like for a lot of divine feminine, they're kind of on a you know what, I'm done with this love stuff, I'm done with all this. Love just doesn't work, and I'm saying that because I resonate with that. Love just, it's just too much. It's too much work that has to go into this, that it's emotionally draining, and I just don't feel like dealing with it right now. Let me focus on my coins. So understand that folk, love and money go hand in hand. So turning off your emotional GPS is going to affect your ability to collect them coins too, because you're not operating on a vibration of love because you've turned your love GPS off. So even if this is um not just pertaining to love but work too, you understand that you're blocking blessings by turning off your emotional GPS. Okay, so you need to release those emotional blockages and get back in your feelings. Divine masculine, what's blocking you? Drama, drama, drama. So we got Five of Cups and we got Knight of Coins. And what's interesting is what's blocking the divine masculine is also how the divine feminine views the divine masculine. It's a trip, which is what I'm saying. Like divine feminine, your intuition is working. So tap back in because you're doubting yourself, you're allowing yourself to create this doubt, but you're right about what the fuck you're feeling. Okay, so hopefully this reading will confirm that you're right on track with what you're feeling. So stay in your feelings, but I digress. So what's blocking the divine masculine is these environments. um this is definitely indicating some excess in drugs, alcohol, um, not really being in control of themselves right now, emotionally destructive behavior, um, not being truthful, not being real. I feel like this, just not being real, trying to hold on to this facade and perception that the people in this environment needs him to be, is blocking him from um, really from this union, but it's also blocking him from his blessings. as well. So even if he's doing okay, he could have so much more if he got on the right path. So again, because you're in this sense of out of control, drinking, sex, all that five energy, which is sex, drugs, and rock and roll, to fulfill yourself emotionally, um, you are stepping off the path of enlightenment. You're stepping off the path of your spiritual ascension, and it essentially you're not following the guidance of your divine feminine. Okay, so even though you want your divine feminine in her intuition and all this stuff, you want her to be in her intuition as it pertains to her goals and all that, but you really don't want to deal with the intuition that pertains to the guidance she has to offer you, because you're not trusting it. But that's really just because you're not trusting yourself. Again, you're reflecting the same energy as the divine feminine. So stop playing. Um, so it's definitely keeping you in that root chakra energy, which is low vibrational, because our root chakra is our low vibrational. And though we have positive and negative aspects to our root chakra, I feel like they're on the negative side of the root chakra, because they're doing all of these things to maintain a level of security in something in the current situation, that they're not willing to take the risk and trust that the path that they're really meant to be on is going to bring them more abundance than they're able to obtain in the current situation. So they're just on their bullshit, basically. And that's what's blocking them, is being on their bullshit. And so how the divine masculine is viewing the divine feminine, we have the magician. So I feel like the divine masculine views you as someone who has the ability to manifest anything you want, but I feel like they're also viewing you as someone right now who, kind of like what I'm saying, you're like detached from the love and focused on the work. Which is, so again, they're kind of like blaming you for the reason that the union hasn't manifested. But it could also be the flip side. Maybe they feel like you're too focused on the love, not on the work. And perhaps they're viewing you as someone who's not able to like keep that balance, okay, between the work and the love, the coins and the emotions. So they're definitely viewing you as the magician, capable of manifesting anything you want, but perhaps just not being balanced enough right now emotionally to do that. And that, again, that's that emotional detachment. Because even perhaps, even if you're not like totally, um, it's possible that divine feminine are just tired, period. So they're not even as emotionally attached to their work, too. And so it's putting up it's like it's blocking some level of progression in terms of the love, and blocking some progression in terms of manifesting your goals and dreams. And so they know that you're capable of manifesting anything that you want, and you have this you know magic about you, but you just need to get back into your feelings in every aspect of your life. Okay. How the divine feminine is viewing the divine masculine. Again, we got the Knight of Coins and the Five of Cups. So you are viewing the divine masculine in the same damn energy that's blocking them. Right now, you're viewing the divine masculine as someone who is completely focused on false perceptions of love, and love that's attached to sex, not love from a higher vibration, as being wasteful, probably in a mode where they're like tricking off on women, focused on all these sex and all this low vibrational activity from a fake perception of love, being fake. Okay. um and not focused on their path of enlightenment, not focused, not making good decisions, because right now they're really focused on this Five of Cups, which in this deck is like fetishes and seduction, and playing games with women. playing games. And if I know, divine feminine can be male or female, but I'm a woman, so I'm it's just natural for me to say divine feminine as she, because it's feminine. So your divine masculine is just focused on, again, false perceptions of love, sex being love, and um, using money to, manipulate the emotions of the women that they deal with, just being wasteful, wasting time, wasting energy, wasting resources, not appreciating their blessings and things like that. And I feel like because of that, this is like really contributed to this emotional detachment. But the thing is like you've gone overboard with the emotional detachment to where you detach from, everything. And you need to get back in your feelings, at least as it pertains first to your goals and aspirations. And then, putting yourself in and turning on that GPS to guide you, again. And so that you can manifest, the relationship. You can manifest your goals and your dreams and your desires. All right, so I hope that I was able to give a decent perspective on how the divine masculine and the divine feminine are feeling, um, and what they have to say to you and their perspective on, your guys' twin flame journey. All right, guys, until next time, love and light.